Hello and welcome to the third and final part of the Syma X8C unboxing. In this video I'll be talking about the remote control, the charger and the battery. While the charger and the battery didn't give off such a good impression when I was testing them for capacity and power, they did actually work very well when I flew the drone and when I charged the battery with the supply charger, although it has a rattle and I just don't like rattles. I discharged the battery and then charged it with the supply charger, and it took about 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes to fully charge the battery. I then went flying and I got a flight time of around 12 to 13 minutes with still some spare in the battery, which I found pretty amazing. I then did a second charge, again with a supply charger, and that charge took about 2 hours, and when I flew a second time I got a flight time of again over 12 minutes. What really amazed me about the remote control was how incredibly light it is. The whole remote control weighs only about 270 grams without batteries. That is incredibly light. The remote control requires 4 standard AA batteries, and it also accepts rechargeables . The lightweight of the remote control is somewhat of a contrast to the overall feel that it gives, which is very good. The springs are nicely tight, and the range of the sticks is also very good. When you turn on the remote control, it takes a second or so until it's ready. The display of the remote control displays all important information. I like it when I can see if I have any offsets moved to the left, to the right, up or down. But it is pretty much unnecessary to see the way I'm moving the stick, because when I'm moving the stick, I'm probably looking at the drone. The information about high mode and low mode for control here is way too small. It could be a lot bigger and it would be a lot easier to see. The information for which mode you're using, mode 1 or mode 2 for control, which actually doesn't really conform to a mode 1 and mode 2 remote control for left-handers or right-handers, is also very small, and it is also very hard to set. But apart from that, the remote control is very much to my liking. The rest of the remote control functions are very much straightforward. The left button at the top gives you low mode or high mode. If pressed for longer than 3 seconds, it will put the drone in headless mode. The button at the right gives you 3D maneuvers. I call it the flip button. So pressing the button and moving the right stick in any direction will do flips, although I don't recommend them because DC motors are not really up to it. If anything should go really wrong, to re-level the drone, you need to press both sticks to the lower right position, and after 3 seconds the drone will correct its level setting, and that's about it. To take a picture, you press this control up. To make a video, you push it down. The indicator light that the manual refers to is inside the camera, so there's actually no chance of seeing it while you're away from the drone. But you pretty much get the hang of it. Take a picture, then put put it into video mode and video is on. Well, that's the way it worked for me at least. A word to the camera that is supplied with the drone. The camera's quality is very poor. It's not extremely bad, but it's just poor. There's a lot of jello in there, most of which is caused by the mount, which allows vibrations from the drone to travel straight into the camera and to actually amplify along the way. The drone flies better when there's a little bit of weight under it. So even if you're not using the camera, you might want to leave it attached if you're flying it. Or you might want to have the camera running, but you should be aware that it's drawing power from the battery. It should be very easy to manufacture a better mount even for this camera. I've read reports and I've seen videos on YouTube where people took this apart and found the Syma X5 camera simply stuck into this case. And if you take this camera out and put it on a credit card holder or put it in something else that attaches better to the drone, you will get better video quality with very little effort. But you should be aware that this is just a very simple 2 megapixel camera, and looking at the video I would even doubt that it's 2 megapixels. It looks more like, I don't know, 800 kilopixels or so. But that being said, it doesn't really work bad, and the advantage of being able to turn the camera on and off from the remote control is still worth something in my opinion. So to finish off this video, here's my opinion on this drone. The Syma X8C is a very good drone. All the accessories that came with it, the charger, the battery, the camera, are cheap. But if you want to put out a drone for $100 or 100 euros, you have to save at some point, or you have to make things cheap. The accessories are cheap, but the drone is very solid. So far I've done 3 flights with the drone, and I'm very much amazed at how stable it flies, how much wind it can handle, and how much flight time you get from the simple 2000 milliamps battery. For a drone of this price, this is pretty much exceptional. There might be better drones and there might be drones with higher quality, but the package is pretty much the best that I've seen in quite a long time. It's a pretty neat drone if you want to do aerial video, and it's also a very nice drone if you want to do some long distance flying. Thank you for watching.